Hey there everybody, this is Ed and welcome back to another edition of Bagel and Booze. We're at the end of February, we're still knee deep in winter. We're going to keep kind of dip back into summer. I don't know, at least for me this beer kind of has summertime vibes to it. I don't know if it's the label, the style, maybe not really the style of beer, could be. But you'll see when we get the Beercam up and running. Before we do that, make sure you click on that subscribe button so you can stay up to date for the latest beer reviews and whatnot. And today, we're doing it Rank Chug style. Today's beer, we're heading up to Wisconsin, specifically Waunakee. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly. Waunakee, Wisconsin, for Energy City Brewing. Get the Beercam up, make it, as you can see, this is why I said it kind of inspires for summer. It's got summer vibes to it, the label, coloring. We got Guava, blood orange, but as you can see, as I just kind of read it backwards, this is their Bistro Cabana pink Guava and blood orange. Clocks in at 6.5 ABV. It is a flavored Berliner-Style Weisse Beer. These beers, they're a tart wheat beer. We're going to get some nice acidity, hopefully, out of this. Nothing better than some orange in the Guava to provide that to us. And one thing I did see on this, unlike when we had one of the other beers where I got a whole bunch of like kind of floaties in there, this one specifically says that we need to shake, invert, and swirl this beer around because it does contain real fruit inside of it. So I'm looking forward to it. We'll see how it shapes up. Let's go ahead. I'm going to shake, invert it, and swirl, and we'll get it poured out for taste, sniff, and chug test.
I drink and I know things.
Okay, we got everything all poured out, and this thing is thick. When it came out, probably should have realized that when we flipped it up, inverted, and swirled it, that it was going to be a little foamy, and it kind of went all over the studio here. What do I call my desk in the basement, the studio? It is what it is. So, but in any event, this thing, it is like... It's like a milkshake almost, the way it came out. You can't see through it. This thing definitely, even the foam in the head that is still sitting here at the top, I could see, kind of that fruit. You can kind of see it if you kind of, the camera's not jacking it up, but you can kind of see just that sediment that's sitting around on there. So, should be very interesting. It's got a good smell, even just sitting here when it got poured out. We'll give it the sniff test, the official sniff test. And yeah, I'm definitely getting some decent smell of orange and the guava that's coming through. There's really a good balance between the two of them. Not either one's really kind of overpowering. Not really getting more of the orange or the guava. It's a good, nice balance. Definitely a good fruit smell that sets up on it. I'm going to attribute it again, maybe some of it to the fruit sediment that is sitting around and rimming the top of this glass. So I guess let's find out if we get a good taste that match the smell that comes in off this one. So this definitely, get a nice good tart pucker right up in the front. I'm going to take that off of the blood orange, give you that kind of nice kind of tartness to it. There's definitely a sweetness that's there. We're going to throw that to the guava. So there was that initial kind of hit of the kind of little pucker as we saw, but there's a nice backside slide on the sweet. It's a good kind of fruit blend that's there. This thing is almost in a way of drinking very pulpy orange juice. I will say one thing. I am not getting a lot of alcohol like taste to it. Again, the way I describe it, you got like that beer taste, when you're drinking a beer, you're drinking a beer. This one definitely does not have that, that kind of characteristic. I'm going to attribute the real fruit that's in here, the overabundance. This glass is a royal mess as I drink it. So to me, I guess this could be very dangerous in that fashion. The fact of you're drinking this thing, it doesn't even taste like a beer. It's like a big old fruit smoothie. And therein lies the danger that, with the fact of that it does not seem like you are drinking a beer. 6.5% is nothing to really kind of shy away from. You have a few of these, I could easily see myself down in a couple of these, not even, and then it just sneaks up on you and just kind of comes out of nowhere and just kind of. I guess for a rating with this one, we'll give it one last swig. With this one, I'm going to say this one's a 5 for me. I'm really finding nothing wrong with this. I'm very pleasantly surprised. It's got a good balance of kind of the sweetness and the tartness that's there. Definitely got the tart in connection with it, but there's a little bit of the sweet. We're going to throw that again to the guava. It kind of balances that out and kind of makes this, a nice smooth, although it is a thick beer. But yeah, we're sticking with a 5. I'm not finding really anything that I do not like about this one. Yeah, definitely have to say I'm pleasantly surprised on this one. I had some optimism for it. At the same point, I also had some reservation. I wasn't sure with the blood orange and guava, and even really just looking kind of at the label, I was wondering if this was going to be something really suspect, but I'm pleasantly surprised. This one definitely hits that kind of summer vibe and what have you. So it'll be real interesting to see how the flavor profile shapes up on our chug test. So we might as well get to it. So we got everything all kind of topped off as much as I can. We're at about 3/4 of a pint. It's what we got left in the can over there. It'll be good enough for chugging. We're going to see, again, like I said, it's going to be interesting to see how that flavor comes forward. Like I said, it was, the initial kind of sips definitely kind of puckered up on there. You'll see, when it really intensifies, if we get anything that changes. I have no idea. There's only one way to find out. Bottoms up. Ooh. Holy crap. Woo. Yeah. Hang on. Whew. Yeah, there we go. It definitely was a more challenging one. It just was very thick. It was like chugging a milkshake, a sour milkshake. But that intensity of the tart flavor definitely kind of really hit through. I am feeling very puckered on the inside. Not much changed. It just was way more intense. The flavor that comes through, not really getting the sweetness that I kind of had in the initial sips. We're going to attribute that just to, the overload of the tartness that came out of the beer. Definitely used kind of, a little messy of a glass, from the fruit. But all in all, definitely, it's chuggable. It is a struggle to chug. A little tongue-tied there. Good overall beer. I recommend it. We didn't find much wrong during the taste test and, the rating. It works very well. Like I said, I guess if you're not into fruit smoothies, or smoothie type beers, this one will not be up your alley. But if you have no problem with that, you want a nice, good sour beer, this one I highly recommend. I struggle to find anything negative on it. With anything, I guess we'll say maybe the label. That's about as best as I can come up with. I don't know. I'm stretching, I know. But in any event, it works out very well. It's good, I guess, under the radar type of beer that will come in. And like I said, this is one that I could see some danger of drinking this, not realizing, what you're kind of doing, and then all of a sudden just kind of getting hit out of left field in connection with this one. So, I guess with that, I'm done. This is done. We're done. And I thank you again for tuning in to another edition of Bagel and Booze. Thanks all.